Today, our life is all about mural art and global projects and creative partnership. And today, we will talk about how to create beautiful mural artworks and how to find these projects. And our guest is a wonderful artist, Carol Barbosa, and she works with fellow creative artist Juliana. They form a duo since 2014, and we will ask in the details everything. But together they have painted so many beautiful big murals in Brazil and in Europe. And if you follow them on their Instagram, you can admire how many really amazing and beautiful walls they covered with their paintings and artworks. So, if you want to know more about mural art and about making this project live and how to work in a creative partnership with it, which I think is also super interesting, stay tuned. And also, if you for some reason can't watch the whole live now, you can get all the main highlights of this live in your email, in your inbox. Just subscribe to the newsletters and you can find it in my bio or in the description of this video when it will be uploaded as a recording. So let's start, and I'm inviting Carol here. Yeah, I see the art and projects and collaboration with artists. I'm sure it would be very interesting to talk about this and to answer all the questions. Hi, Carol.
Hi, Paulina.
Hi.
Are you hearing me well?
Yeah, I think so. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
it's great.
I will do so. Okay. How are you? Thank you very much for joining.
Oh, it was a pleasure. When I got your message, I was very excited, kind of nervous because English is not our first language, but it's okay.
Also, English also not my first language. I think it's okay. Many of our followers also not the native speaker, and I think it's not a problem.
Yes.
It's nice that we can communicate using English, and that's good.
That's perfect.
Right? First of all, I would like to ask you about your artistic backgrounds and how did you come to being an artist? And then we will go deeper into mural art.
Okay. I think mine is the classic story. And that's very similar with you because we decided that just one of us would join you today because although it gets a little confused with the live, but in that way we have the same background story, because me and Juliana, we were like those kids that love to draw all the time. So we used to think about what can we do in the future that still involves drawing. And we end up in the art college. It's where we met, and we became very best friends at the school. And but we got our separate ways. So Juliana started working with more the educational part of art in museums, and I went to work with movie productions and with art directors and more this like this the movie industry, you know. And I really liked animation and special effects, so I kind of went to that path. But I got invited to, for a friend of mine really liked my drawings because I used to draw all the time and paint all the time, and he really likes it. And he got like, I have a studio that I like everyone to paint. I want to invite artists to paint this studio because it was a huge studio. It's a photography studio. So he invited all those artists to paint, and he was like, "I do you want to come? Okay, great." It was like just an event, you know. And when I got there, I get to know some other artists that were painting there too, and some of them were working painting murals, and I was like, I don't know that. I only know the path for I only know the I only know like the graffiti art that has like this very urban and cultural background, and also has a lot of politics involved, and it's it's like another scenario, you know. And I only knew that, or you can be an artist being in a gallery, you know, and there's more I don't know, fine art and modern art. So when we got to know those other artists, I was like, okay, there's a new path that maybe I can go. And I got really excited. I painted. I I didn't paint because what's all with marker. So it's like I draw this mural, and I really like the process of it. And when you see like this, when you just draw, you used to see your work on small things, you know. So like the paper and Canva, but it's always small, you know. So when I got to see my drawing in those huge murals, I was so excited. I love it so much, and I decided to start this, to go this way. But I didn't want to do by myself. it got I was kind of scared, you know. I don't know if it work out. So Ju was, we call her Ju. She was a very good friend of mine. I really loved her drawings too, because she was like this. Uh, she always liked this detailed and very fine line arts that I really enjoy it. So I called her. We got together and we started Lana. Was
So you're
that?
together from the very first mural,
Yeah,
right?
kind of. I did one year together, and the other, like, since then it's always been together. We both, I did this, the first one alone, and then we did all together. It's been 10 years now. It will be 10 years in December that we paint together.
And for Jewel, for her, was it also the first experience
I'm
in murals?
sorry, what?
For Jewel, what was it also the first experience
The first
in
experience of her was
for
with
her,
me too.
for both of you, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we
Um,
didn't know anything then.
okay. I can't actually imagine uh, how you decided what to draw because obviously I suppose that you had different artistic styles. How
Yes,
did
we do. So that, I think when you work together with someone, you in this creative field, you really learn how not to be proud, you know, too much pride involved, because we art is a very personal experience. I think you know that, and we have like certain tastes and styles, and it really talks about yourself when you're drawing or painting. So um we know that, and we also have that experience. But work in to work together as a one, we wanted to be like not two artists painting together. We wanted to be one art, only one art. So if for that to happen, we needed to like stay back a little bit, say, okay, I have my style, you have yours, we respect that. But to do that, we need to create another style. So we call it Lanois style. So we invented that persona, Lano, that has this style that's a combination of both of our arts. So we got together to sit down. Really, it was like a meeting, and we decided what we liked, and what were the common places that we can talk about, and that she liked, I liked, and we identified ourselves. And so at the beginning we got this thing with very detailed pieces and some patterns that we like, and uh, line many lines. We like this those lines that connect each other. And we also got the theme that it's more of a floral or leaves pattern, and mm, this organic style that we call ourselves like organic. We like those. You like it too. Your work is like that too, so we like movement. And sometimes you can see that's a plant or that's a flower, but sometimes you cannot. So we structure the style in that direction, but we still have both of us has have our own style, and we do things separately. And she has some things that she does and I do too. So it's like it's a third person. It's Lano. So that was the way. You really need to learn about not being angry with someone just because she doesn't like it. Because it happens a lot. Sometimes I present something to you or the contrarian, and the other one's like, yeah, no, not really great, not really my style. I don't like it that much. I don't like that direction. So you need to be very self-conscious and say, oh, okay, no, okay, no problem. It's like that's our that's something for us, for we to like it and to identify ourselves with.
Mhm. So as I see, you're two young women that two best friends that decided to create together. That who tried to who created a first mural together, and then there's a huge journey between, I suppose, between the first wall and what I see on Instagram. These huge buildings covered with
Yes.
floral murals and two young artists who, how you create all of that and where did you find this project? And first of all, yes, my first question is how did you find your first project? How you made this transition from their wall, which is also a lot like an interior, for example, yes, to their uh, face walls, like the building
Yeah,
when you cover
yeah.
this.
I don't know the name in English. In Portuguese, we call it empena, but I don't know the
Yeah,
name in
when,
English. But it's like
yeah,
this huge wall.
when you need special lifting machine to move.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and
Uh,
another technical part, but let's start from this one. How you organize
yeah.
everything.
How we got there? It's a tricky question because so we started painting murals 10 years ago. We didn't use at that time. We didn't use a lot of colors. So we had like our artistic journey through the 10 years. We changed it a lot, and it was great. And in the meantime, we started like getting more murals and more murals, and we really focus on that. So we don't have actually a lot of paintings in on canvas. We are very very focused on walls and murals. So, and like by the time, I don't know, 4 years into our work, maybe we really got this urge to paint this huge walls. We really wanted that, but nothing appeared. How do you get a wall like that? You can't knock in someone's building and say, hi, can I paint? So it was funny because we just started talking about it here on Instagram. Really talk about it every time, every chance we could. We say on the stories or anywhere. We said, "Oh, we really like a huge wall to paint. Wow, it'd be awesome to have. It's like our dream." And we start talking about it, and by that time we were growing on Instagram, so our follower we were gaining more followers. and it happened. I think because we talked so much about it that someone that follow us thought, well, I have this wall, maybe I could call him. And it was exactly what happened. This um, big construction, uh, yeah, the big construction uh, business sent us an email to say, oh, okay, so we have this huge building that we are um, renovating, and we would like you to paint. And it was huge. It's the building that we painted the three sides of it. So it's a nine-star building, I think, and we painted three sides of it. And he's very large, so he's not that tall, but he's very, very large. It's huge. I don't remember how many meters, but it's huge. And we got so excited. It was like our dreams came true. And we got to get this work. And since then, I think one thing leads to another, and we started making more projects. We would still love painting big walls. We hope it happens more because we really love it. But I think even when we talk to young, more like new artists, I think it's very important to say it. Like, I really want that kind of project, because you don't have it in your portfolio. So if someone's looking for it, maybe they think you don't do it, or you're not interested in doing it. Maybe they just don't connect the dots. So if you say every time you can, like whenever it's possible, that you want to do something like that or any other thing, but that it's out of your common zone, maybe someone hears it and think, oh, why not? I will call her.
Was it scary to start such a big project?
Yes, because we didn't know how long it would take. I think that was the most, like, we had no idea how long that takes. We didn't know, and we needed to know because we have all those machines and so you need to know. But we had no idea, so we got very anxious about it. That we were, because we didn't have experience, so we were afraid to say that we took, I don't know, 10 days, and it would took longer, and um that would wreck their agenda, because they had an agenda, that they need to follow. So that part was very scary. We also, everything that we didn't have experience was very scary, like the timing of the project, also how much paint we needed. We didn't know how many assistants we needed, so it was kind of in the dark. But at the end, we got a protector to help us. So he got us like those, I don't know, those bases. So normally it takes this time. Normally you use that, and that that helped a little bit, because you have like someone with more experience to navigate you around those questions.
So you asked for help. How did you manage this? Only because of the help, or you will do it no matter whatever, and you just thought maybe approximately we need so much paint, so much for such long period the machines. Or...
Yeah, it was kind of, everything was approximately. We were like, we think at the end we got right the timing. No, truly, at the end we were faster than we imagined, so that was very good. And we got more paint than we needed, so it was not that good in that way. But we got everything kind of approximately, and that was it. And we really got three assistants, and that helped a lot. So because it's too big, we were scared to not make it on time. So we got three assistants, and that the part with the machines, I don't know the name in English, but In Portuguese, we call it balancing. With them, we all of that were directed with the construction company, so they helped with that part. So the security parts too, because we needed a fireman on the site all the time. So that part they helped a lot. And this guy, the producer, had experience with other big walls, so he helped a lot to got us this notion of what was going to happen.
Mhm. What is your favorite part of the creative process of creating the mural? Is it the concept, the idea, or marking the first outlines of the building on the building, or maybe finishing finishing it, or I don't know. I suppose there's a lot of work just to do it technically right, to make this first when you work on the big scale.
Yeah.
You, I by the way, it would be interesting to know the creative process step by step. But let's start from what
Yes.
is your favorite?
My favorite part is the ending. It's when you see like, wow, it's finished. I love it. That's my favorite part for sure. I'm not anxious anymore. I just see the beautiful result. I'm proud of myself. That's it. I'm very happy. It's like it gets you this adrenaline rush. Wow, yeah, we made it. I really love that part. But by the process, it depends. It depends on the size, you know? So the biggest mural that we painted was this building because it was huge. And we have the three parts of it. And in that case, we worked we worked first on our digital and my I used an iPad, so we worked the project digitally. We made it and then we
How sorry, how do you create this digital project? Do you take a photo of the building, make the mock-up of it,
yes
right?
project the project of the building or the photo of the building and we make it a mock-up exactly like that and just to see how it looks at the end. Then we send to approval. The client say yes, it's good or not, and but they like it and just one as they sign they like it, so was all good. And then because normally our mirrors we do freehand, we make it freehand, so we don't grade it, we don't do
Mhm.
anything, we just do it, yeah,
So I know
because
there's
you
an
see,
approach when they use the projector.
yes, so yeah, in the big ones we very big ones you use the projection. For us, I know some people use it on small mirrors too. We don't like it because it's not easy to set up the projection. Sometimes the place has too much light, or sometimes it doesn't have enough distance. So we don't like to use the projection on small walls because I don't think it's worth the time. And also, I think it's very good for you to know how to do freehand so you don't get like so imprisoned by the projection. You know, if I don't have a projection, I can't do it. So I think it's bad, you know, for you. So normally we work freehand, even in bigger walls, like I don't know, 10 meters wall height, we still use freehand. So, but when it's very big, you don't have, you can't, you, it's easier, it's so much easier to use the projection because when it's huge like that, you can't see it from far, you know, because you are in the little car there and you are stuck in here, you can like, oh, let me see if it's
Mm-hmm.
good, you cannot. So in that case we use the projector, and it's crazy because like they put it up, they need to find some place to put, it's a huge projection, huge, huge, The projector is huge. They have like those, I don't know, it's not batteries, but they need to like have, it's a lot of things, and boxes. And I'm not very, I don't know much about it, but it's huge. And they need to find some place to do the projection. So they normally need to like knock on someone else's door. Hi, can I use your window to project that? So there we were, like, I don't know, at 11 p.m. at someone else's house saying, hi, thank you so much. And the guy projects the drawing on the wall, and we mark it, with we do the, we mark it, we use the paint, obviously, because it needs to be something very like easy to see. So we made it with black, no, black paint or red paint, I don't remember, with the projection. But it's very fast because you just paint the lines that the projector is marking, and that's it. But one thing that we discover is that you need to market really well because, as I said, you don't see it, from far. So you don't understand what's that part of the drawing is. If you don't put, so we put like numbers or names on it saying, oh, this would be green, this would be, I don't know, we got all the colors and we painted and name it all the colors so we could see, because you don't have any notion of it because you're too close. So you do that, and in the end, it looks like, those coloring books that you need to paint. Yeah, and then it looks like that. It's like coloring book on the wall.
Sounds great. There is a question in the comments. What type of paint is good to use?
We use acrylic paint for walls. It's like for murals, we always use the same paint that you use to paint your wall on your room. So it's acrylic paint, water based, and it's, you need to get a good brand of painting, because some brands, they're not thick enough, the color is not good enough, or they, um, with time the color like fades. So you need to get a good paint, a good branding paint, but acrylic paint for walls, that's it.
And how did you know all of that? Only experience, or you maybe made a research, ask other mural artists?
We didn't know anything of it. We discovered by doing it, because when we started painting 10 years ago, this mural art was not very strong here in Sao Paulo, in Brazil. So some people did it, but not many people did it. And many artists are very closed about it. They don't want to talk which materials they use it. They don't want to talk about the process. Unfortunately, it happens a lot. but um, but we started to test. Some people even talked to us and told them told us about what how they did, but it was not very easy to find. And now we try to do the opposite. We really try to answer everyone that question us about how to, because we know how hard it is when you're starting to find out by yourself. So we even make this online course, and we also um, already we give some courses sometimes to beginners to navigate through that. How do you start? Which materials you use? How the how is the process? What do you need to think first? And even though we don't use grid or anything else to mark the wall or projector, we would teach about that. How are the ways that you can get your drawing, your small drawing in a big ball.
Mm-hmm. These courses are in Spanish, right?
Portuguese.
Ah, Portugal. Yeah, right. You're from. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, no problem.
Yeah,
It's normal.
there are many Spanish-speaking followers. This is why I was asking. But
Oh
maybe some
no, it's in Portuguese.
it's
Yeah.
so.
The whole of Latin American speaks Spanish. We are the only ones that speak Portuguese, so it's a very common mistake.
Okay. Also, I'm curious about how you separate the work in your duo. So when you start, or you do everything together, just together think on the idea, together draw the sketches, the mock-ups, together make the marks, together paint, and everything just half by half, or maybe you have different roles in your uh, partnership.
At the beginning, we needed to do everything together because we we were not used to that style. So, as I said, we constructed this new style, the Lanoi style. So to get it right, we did all together so we could correct ourselves on the process. But as we got used to it and it got more natural for us, we used now we do a lot of things separately. Uh, so when the mural is smaller and there's no need to have two people painting, we divide ourselves. Or with paintings on canvas too, we divide ourselves. But we we do have we do we do have now this dynamic that if one starts the painting and the other finish it, you don't know which one started and which one finished. Even ourselves, because sometimes I'm looking for some photo on my phone and I don't remember if that mural she made it or I made it, because we really got to that place that our traces and our style is very, very, very similar, and we really understand how our work should look like to be that. So now, and it's funny because when we paint big murals together and someone is watching, they always go like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know which one you made it. You start one line and the other one ended. How you do that?" But I think it's like practice a lot. We practiced a lot, a lot, a lot, doing together everything. And now, after 10 years, we became to that place that we can do like she do it, I do it, and at the end, it still looks the same. But I think we really have this vision of what Lanois looks like. We are very aligned in this vision because we really talk very much about it. So that helps a lot of communication.
Mhm, yeah, that's wonderful. I'm also curious, was it hard for you or not beginning when you created your first murals? Maybe it was some small format walls, um, but outside. Was it to be on people? I mean that some random people, some strangers go around, may stay, may watch how you paint. Did you feel comfortable with that, or maybe not? What helped you?
Our first, our first mural. You were talking, and I'm remembering. Our first mural together was huge.
Ah,
So for us, was very. It was big. I don't know. I think it was not. It was not on the floor because um I don't know how to explain it, but it was in a living room, but like a very big living room with high ceilings. So the part that we needed to paint it was height,
mhm,
because you have like this passage um, down this passage here. So the wall was not. It doesn't. In the first floor you don't have the wall, but in the second floor you have it. You know that kind of
mhm,
place. So it was on height. So we needed to use scaffolding at the beginning, and it was also very large. I don't remember the size of it, but it was not. it was not small. And we were very nervous about it. But it was funny because the family that con- called us to paint, they were very secure that we got it right, and we were trying to be too like, okay, yeah, for sure. We know how to do it. But and and then them being good, but we made some mistakes, some very beginner mistakes, and we were like so scared that they saw it, like, because when you're painting, some things mess up. I don't know, things don't work out at the process, in the process sometimes, and you need to work it out. Okay, so I made a mistake here, so I will correct that. And but we didn't have like those, we didn't have this type of we were not naturals to work things out because it was our first time, so we're very scared. And I remember when we were painting, we used to mark the wall and to do the draft, we used normal pencil. And normal pencil, like graffiti pencil, doesn't come out. But we didn't know that. We thought that if we could erase it, but we cannot. You cannot erase graffiti pencil on the wall. We need now, we always say, and you need to use a watercolor pencil, because then you can go with something, um, something wet, and you can get it out. But the graffiti doesn't come out. So we made all the mural, painted everything, and at the end there was like graffiti all over it, because we when we were drafting, we made a lot of mistakes. So you imagine like a lot of graffiti. It was like, okay, let's come to with an eraser, and nothing happened. The graffiti didn't come out. We were so scared, and like everybody watching, because everybody likes to watch someone painting. And I remember like me and Ju, and we were whispering to ourselves, what do we do? What do we do?
How did
At the end, we used, they call it magic sponge. It's like to take off take off dirt from the walls, that they used to clean. You can you can buy it in a clean store. So we used those magic sponges, and it really helped, but it took a long way, and it's, ah, well, that's it. But we learned. But we were very scared because everyone was looking, and it was like, yeah, we forgot to buy something. And praying that we would work was horrible. It's okay.
And maybe you remember any of your first projects outside in the streets when there are many people are going around and just stay and look.
I, I think
What is
normally on the streets it's even better, because people that are passing through, they are very normally, they are just very excited to see someone painting. So, and they are not your clients, so they are not so you're not afraid of them. You're just like, yeah, thank you, because they normally like a lot. When someone is just passing through and they see you painting. And especially because we are two women, I think we got a lot of good energy from other women, because they are like, yeah, girl power, yeah, girls, so it's kind of cool.
Mhm.
Sometimes you have bad interactions with someone saying, I don't like it, or something like that, but yeah, oh, okay. But normally not. Normally are good interactions, and really people are very like just curious about it because they never saw it, or eh, here in São Paulo is very common, but even though it's not that you see an artist every street, so everybody's very excited to see, kids love it. So I think on the street it's even more like relaxed and cool. And on the streets also, you don't normally, when we're painting a mural on the street, you don't have like those, because it's a because normally external murals are not so tied up, not so clean, you can get more loose about it. If some paint drops, it's okay because so I think when we're painting an external mural, we get more relaxed and people enjoy it more too because you don't have like this, oh my gosh, if I drop something here, the client will kill me. If I mask just like one line, it would be very obvious. In external murals, you get more loose.
Yeah, I think I can understand this. Um, can you share with us top three mistakes for beginner mural artists? Like you shared this example with the regular pencil when you.
Yeah, I think that's a huge one. So for sure, that's like, I think the one of the biggest mistakes you can make, to use graffiti pencil to mark it.
Watercolor pencil, right?
Watercolor pencil, because they
Yeah.
come out with, yeah, with
And
some
when
wet.
on the big buildings, you mark with the paint, right?
Yeah, if the painting, if the mural is would be painted, like all of it would be painted, we mark with paint. There's no need to mark with graffiti with a pencil, because it will be covered, so it's okay. You don't just don't mark with a complementary color because would be different difficult to
Okay.
work things out. But we mark with paint. If you are in a external place, sometimes you can mark with spray paint because it's faster.
Mhm.
But let me see, another mistake, common mistake. Ah, so there's a very common mistake that we made a lot, and it take a while to get used to because it's not simple to change that. But when you come from a paper background, so you're always drawing on a paper, we are used to make smaller gestures. So you work like this. But when you go to paint a mural, a big mural, you need bigger gestures. So it's very common when you're just starting that you are making this drawing, this paint here on your like on your face, and you don't get like those steps behind and like to see the whole thing. And when you finish, you see like, oh, that's a lot of smaller that I wanted. And it's kind of funny to think that because you just need to recalculate, uh, but but it's not natural, because you're so used to do small things that when you need to get big things done, you need to remember yourself that you're doing something big and you really want to take all the wall. Because imagine you do like a flower and on a paper normally, so she's this size, and when you do it on a mural, you're painting like this size. Oh, that's huge. But when you look, no, it's not huge because the mural is so much bigger. So you need to um, make things grow, and that's not easy. So take step back to really see if you are taking as much as the wall as you wanted. So that's very important. Another mistake, I don't know.
Maybe how to compose it. I mean, to how to when you have a line, then you try to transfer it on the wall. I suppose there might be that you miss something from your sketch. I mean, this feeling of the very loose life sketch paper, and then you have on the wall something more stiff, more, or
Yes,
maybe it's connected with the gestures, as you said.
yeah, it is. And with practice, because we are very like used to be confined on a small size. So to get this more composition that works more with a big wall, it's not normally it's not that easy to get the way of it. So you need to practice and do a lot. Every time someone asks us, how do I start? I start with your wall in your bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Just to get this feeling going, and how do you react, how your body works, and how can you think bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And another big mistake that I think we took some time to learn. It's when you're painting with paint, acrylic paint, always, always, even though you will not use it, always bring white.
Always bring white.
Yeah, because it's very easy that the place that you go doesn't have like such good light, and the colors that you brought already like I will only use blues. Okay, but sometimes when you get there, the 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 space is not too bright as you imagine it would be, and then the colors that you brought got too dark, and it's very easy that to happen because the acrylic paint normally it goes darker as it dries on the wall. So always bring white because you will probably need to work some color out. I already had like this problem one time and it was horrible because I need to go home, buy white, and then I need to come back to work the colors again.
Do
At the already painted mural is not was not good.
Do you mean that you mix the colors and add white color to the print?
Yes, if you need to, yeah, to make the colors lighter. We always like to use to bring to the place white with the colors, and also we use I don't know the name in English. We have like those small color como é que é corante? Let me see if I would I know. Uh, when you are painting, you can add dye. So you have like those colors dye. So we always bring to because sometimes you have this color, this blue color, but it's not exactly the tone that you want it to. So we like to make the color as we go if we need to, because sometimes when you buy the colors already made, not always they are exactly what you want to. So we like to have those dyes and the white to mix it up if you need to get exactly the color that we want. We don't trust the made color, and and I think it's important because it depends a lot of you are dependent a lot of what the light of the place is. If I don't know if he has more natural light or more artificial light, what kind of light, artificial light they have, because sometimes it's yellow, sometimes it's white. It's all changes a lot of the how you see colors and perceive colors. So it's important. I think it's very important to bring that with you so you can get exactly the color that you want. And you work with color too. You know how important it is to get the exact color
Yeah,
that you want,
I can
right?
relate to that because, for example, I love to work with Posca markers and their color palette very well and how they mix together, how I can work with them. But when you, for example, paint something on the canvas using not markers but acrylic paint, I'm often confused with the colors and how to mix them well because it's not so easy actually to get a beautiful color, especially when you want to use many colors together.
Yes.
And you put them, maybe they look okay on the small pieces, but when you make a big canvas, then I really don't like it. It's not cohesive. It's not how I would like to make one a little bit more warm and this one a little bit more pink and so on. It's starting all over for me. So it's not easy. You have to have a lot of practice with
Yes.
mixing colors, right?
Exactly. It's not easy. I still got it wrong sometimes. It's very difficult.
We have another question in the comments. Hi, how do you make sure that straight lines are aligned to the floor or base of the wall? And maybe when you want to make the straight lines.
Yeah, I we don't like straight lines,
Yeah.
especially for that. They're very hard to get it right. They are very hard to get it right by themselves, but they are harder because some walls are not straight. That happens a lot, more than you can imagine. Some walls are definitely not straight. So Uh, we don't like very straight lines. We don't use it a lot in our on our work. And if you really want to be very like um very on point with that, you you can have this problem because many of the walls, they are not straight walls and floors and ceilings, so it's hard. But when we do need straight lines, we use we try to use tape
Mm.
to, yeah, to mark it. That's the idea. So we use tape. Sometimes to check if it's good, we take a photo because it's funny. We do we did that. We do the photo thing not only with straight lines, but it's funny because sometimes you see with your eyes and you say it's good, and then you take a photo and say it's not good. I don't know why that happened. I think there is an explanation. I think it's about it's something about your brain, like making things that you see more. Now I don't know, something like this. I don't know the explanation, but it's like the same idea when you are when you are drawing. Someone says to see if you're drawing good, flip it. Flip it or put it on a mirror so you can see if it's good. So we do that a lot with the photo. It helps with straight lines or anything else. We take the photo, see through the cell phone, and then you say, "Oh no, it's not good," and then work things out. But it's very hard to get straight lines. Very hard.
That's a very good tip, I think, to make this flip of the photo because yeah, with the canvas you can just turn it around and so on, but
Yes.
building. Thank you for sharing. I think this
Yeah.
a lot. Uh, so my last question: what advice would you give to someone who is just starting out their journey? Maybe what would you like to sell to yourself many years ago when you just started to make these beautiful murals or just thinking about making them?
Yeah, I was thinking about that question. It's very hard. I don't know. But something that came through my mind when I thought about it is um I think I think there's nothing more important than production, like painting and drawing. But I don't like it that much, or I'm not at the place that I wanted to be. So draw more, paint more. And I think there's nothing that helps more a young artist, a begin not forget that, any artist, any artist, like a senior artist or a beginner artist, it doesn't matter. Everyone needs to just project and paint and draw as much as possible as they can. And even if you don't have clients for now, it still make your work for you and post it and show to other people, like put yourself out there. Now we have this thing called social media that helps a lot. I imagine how it would be because we started with social media like existing. I wonder how would it be to not have it, and we really have this like very easy thing to put our work in the world and to show it to other people. So I think that would be my advice. Work as much as you can, as possible as you can, and don't stop. Put it on social media, even though you don't like it. Maybe in a couple of months you can erase that because you hate it, and that's good. And that's really good. If you were like getting better, that's the best part. So that's the goal. So it's good. So I think that's my advice. Don't stop.
Thank you so much. I hope that our listeners will find out a lot of helpful tips and inspiration to start to create murals because we personally love to try it one day.
Wow, you should try it. It's like it's in your no, you need to. You need to, Paulina. It would be like beautiful. You need to. I love the colors that she used and how bright and vivid your work is, and it would be beautiful on a mural. I really want to see it. Please try and tag us, send to us. I really want to see it. It would be perfect.
If you are going to travel to Spain, Valencia, write me.
Ah, great. Yeah, I hope we travel more to Europe. Been there. We've been there this year, and I hope next year we'll be in Europe too. Maybe Spain. I let you know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the invite. I love it. I love to get to know you. You are so cute and nice. Thanks. And I loved your work, and I hope everybody liked it and understood what I was talking. And if you want to know more, follow us.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Carol,
Thank
and
you.
say hi to partner and continue to create these beautiful artworks. I would love to see
Thanks.
it in real life
Yes.
because
Thanks, Bola. If you come to Brazil, you already know who to search to look for.
yes, thank you for your time. Bye.
Bye.